Do not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. What's happening in today's show? I'm going to talk about how to get your removed interviews for the removed conditions waived. Okay. Friends, my name is John Ting. I'm an immigration lawyer in Houston, Texas. Here to solve your immigration problem, may prevent that problem from happening in the first place. How about that? How are y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Starting a bit later than anticipated today because I'm a little under the weather. So please excuse me. I might sneeze here and there, and I'll try to do that away from the mic. All right, so here's the deal, folks. First thing you need to know that many people ask, well, how long is processing time anyway for some this silly form 751 remove conditions? It takes a hell of a long time. Let me see if I can pull it up in the USCIS website. You might be thinking, well, hey, I've been married to the same person for quite a long time. Like, shared all the evidence they need. Should it just be easy? Yeah, but USCIS, the United States government, doesn't give a shit, okay? They just don't have a good workflow. Absolutely not. It's horrible, okay? So it's really horrible. Ooh, you're not gonna like this. I'm about to share my screen on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram so you can see the processing times here. Now, know this. Does not mean that your case is bad, okay? If you filed a 751 application already, it does not necessarily mean that your case is bad just because your application is processing such a long time. Remove conditions here. TikTok folks, you can't see this, but I'm sharing my screen on the other platforms. 80% of cases are completed in, you want to guess? 12, 24, 30, 32 months, okay? At all field offices. I just did a journal. I can't pick like, otherwise there'd be so many to show you. 32 months. Okay, okay. So don't worry. At least the receipt notice that you get in the mail when you mail in your package, the 751, you'll get an automatic extension of your conditional residence status. So you might think, "Oh, that's great, John, isn't it?" Yeah, to some extent, it's great because during Trump years administration, it was difficult to just get the freaking appointment to get that stamp on your passport, right? Because what if you lose that paper, the receipt notice? You gotta at least have that stamp, I-551 stamp. By the way, so if you need it, call USCIS. Actually, I don't even know if they have that available online anymore. It used to be during Obama years and before, but it should be online. Let me see if I can find it in the meantime. But I'm here to answer any questions. I'll try my best. I'm under the weather. I'm sick. I'll try to stay on for 10 minutes, but I do want to share with you it totally is possible, absolutely possible to have your 751 case approved without an interview. In fact, many of our cases, high majority of our cases are approved for 751 without an interview. The ones that may have it are typically the ones that have um, where they are divorced. Okay. Not everyone, just because you're divorced doesn't mean you're going to have an interview. Please know that. But it's when you don't have as much evidence. I remember having a client, we've had a couple clients like this where this one of the spouses hired us. I don't know why it is this way, but it's the male, the guy, the male hires us, and the wife controlled all the documents. He didn't have access to the bank account anymore. He didn't have any of that. We had like maybe this much. Okay, folks. He had an interview. Approved. You gotta share your story in a credible way, because you could be sharing your story with or without a lawyer, but you're not confident. So I'm here live to share with you, even if you represent yourself, you still need to be confident so that the officer, when they're looking at you, that they can understand that you're telling the truth, that they're getting the vibe, the feeling that you're telling the truth. If you look a little shaky somehow with or without your spouse, because maybe you're divorced, yeah, it's not a good thing. So, does the same thing that we prep with our clients for court testimony, for court representation. I mean, removal proceedings. So hopefully it helps. I will definitely answer some questions. To be honest, I'm not going to be able to answer everyone's questions. So, or even if I don't answer as in depth as you would prefer, please, you're welcome to go to our website on some of these platforms. You can see it up here, or you can go to greencardguys.com, go to the contact page, and answer a few questions and schedule. You can schedule. The calendar's right there. It's going to redirect you to the calendar. You can schedule with our cares team specialist. We don't waste time, folks. We know you got a situation. If you're here on TikTok Live or any of these live shows, a platform, you're on because you probably got a situation you need resolved, right? It's not like you're, I mean, maybe some of y'all just chilling, want to watch, and that's cool. It's cool, but I appreciate that. But you likely have some situation that maybe you just want to make sure that your situation, your case won't result in any problems. And I appreciate your trust that you're on live and it's asking some questions. But, we have a proven checklist for 751. So if you have not filed your 751 application and you're together or you're divorced, maybe you're divorced, separated, but there's been some control aspect. There's been abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, financial abuse, and you might not consider financial abuse, financial controls where you can't even access. That's abuse. So I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist, but I know what the law is, and it allows it for uh, the 751 extreme cruelty. We talk about abuse mostly about VAWA, but it's also possible for 751. Okay, so hopefully that helps, and I'll give you some guidance on that respect. Now on to the show. I mean, on to answer some questions here. All right, on YouTube, I see uh, your friend has a wrong marital status B1. 11-year-old business. Does it have any impact on employment-based green card? Is marital status material for business visa? Well, ultimately, maybe not the visa itself, like non-immigrant visa, but ultimately, if you say like employment-based green card, eventually the last form to file is a 485, and it's going to have questions about marriage. So he's going to have to fix it, right? You got to tell the truth at some point because there's people who I don't know. Rocks. I'm responding to your comment, but some people could have marked check mark married on their visitor visa application or like B1, like you say, but actually they're not married. So that is a problem. You have that person who your friend, if you're asking for a friend, um, that person needs to file 601 application, but that would be towards the end. That would be after the petition at the very least. Okay. All right. Hopefully that helps you out. Your friend, I mean. All right. Let me switch over to TikTok here. Okay, hopefully y'all can hear me okay, even though I'm sneezing and sniffling. Hopefully y'all are okay. Take medicine if you need to. Hey, thanks for liking and joining the channel here. Subscribe, follow whichever platform you're watching on. Let's see here. Okay, Giovanna. You think USCIS will do I think USCIS will get to 2023 for 601 by the end of this year? You filed in April 2022. So if we look at I try my best not to just make up processing times. I try to, I use our experience, but 601, our experience with 601 is in 12 months, fortunately. But let me look at uh what it shows online. Okay, and of course a glitch just says sorry, something went wrong. Let me pick a different service center, a specific one. Okay. USCS website has a glitch processing web page, so we'll go back to that later. But Get to 2023. Yeah, I mean, yours was filed April 2022, so, maybe the middle of the year. I hate to say, but they're definitely slow with the 601A, but hopefully you should get a decision before the middle of the year because you filed yours before the middle of 2022. So at that point, that'd be 2 years, right? 24 months. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard about. I mean, what I saw last time about 601 without the A last week. Oh yeah, you need to go home. Yeah, for sure. I definitely understand. I can acknowledge that, especially for a lot of our clients. You need to go see your mom. Hopefully she gets a strong recovery if she's sick. So do you want to also ask, is the USCIS processing time just an estimate or can it be approved before? It absolutely is an estimate because online it shows 80% of cases have this processing time. I truly believe it's less than that, meaning uh it's hard to say. I don't know percentages, but it's because, for example, recently we've had some approvals with the 601A, and those were filed in around the summer 2020. And so for us, that was about 36 months. Okay. Some were mailed out after June 2020. So that'd be still around 30, hovering around 30 years. Okay. But in 601A online shows 43.5 months. So it's less, was that about 9 month difference? So hopefully that gives you some, allay your concern a little bit. Gwendolyn asked, what about 601A? Yeah, that's 43 and a half months processing time. All right. Let me go back up. Bella, what's up? Welcome back. You have withholding removal 15 years ago, got approved I-130. Your husband 11 years ago. Okay, congrats on that. You got step one done. You have an individual hearing coming up next month. Are they going to approve your green card? You had, what do you mean? You had withholding removal 15 years ago. You got that approved, but now you're back in court, or you applied for with holding or removal 15 years ago. Something seems a little off on your facts. So I'm happy to have one of our team members chat with you, Bella. If you can go to our website, greencardguys.com. But in general, aside from the withholding removal part, it sounds like there's an opportunity to get your case dismissed because you have a pending I-130. Now, whether or not you need a waiver depends on your specific situation. In the default situation, if you need a waiver, Bella, 601A at the least, is if you entered America without a visa. But maybe even if you did enter with a visa, maybe you might qualify for an exception to 245I or something else like military parole in place. If your husband is in the military or reserves, there's a lot to go through. So we're happy to chat with you. Okay. All right. Let's see. Mr. Good Looking, what's up on TikTok? Can you get a green card through O Visa or EB5? Yeah, absolutely. EB5, you got 1.2 million? You go to regional center for that. Pretty sure it's 1.2. Could be wrong because it increased for sure. It definitely increased. So, but O Visa, uh, even if you qualify, you got that money. It's a slow process. Also, I recommend you go through O Visa if possible. Okay, exceptional ability is what they like to call it. So happy to chat about that further. Oops, press the wrong button. All right. Let's see. Giovanna asks, "Do I think a senator can expedite a case?" No. You can inquire, but the senators or Congress people, they'll facilitate trying to get you an update. But no, it's please know this, it's only an update. And generally when clients send us like their our mandamus lawsuit clients, they send us a screenshot or they forward their the email they got from the congressperson. It's just like nothing. It's like We got an update from a State Department or embassy consulate or USCIS. They're continuing to conduct background check. Okay, I'm not stopping you from inquiring. It doesn't cost you anything, right? But you have to know the realistic situation. Hey, if you get your status because of that, let us know. Let us know, or get your application approved. Let us know. We even knew someone who consulted with us, had a strategy session with us about a year ago. I remember she said she was working for a campaign. Who's the president right now? And she wasn't able to. I think she was a volunteer. I don't think she was paid or anything. Regardless, maybe you would think that person gets a little bit, a little favor. No, not at all. So yeah, you got to file a lawsuit. Okay, ultimately, still submit your inquiries. Email the consulate, embassy. You can't email USCIS because I don't have one for that. Submit inquiry through USCIS, tools and resources. Try it. Do it a couple times. But ultimately, once it hits a certain stage of stress right here, it's probably a good indication. Just give us a call. All right. Let's see. We're not gonna we're a type of law firm like, look, if you're not qualified in terms of timing, because let's say you filed your case 5 months ago and you're like, John, Ting Law Group, can I file a lawsuit? We appreciate you asking, but we do due diligence. We look at our chart. Sometimes we change our chart or adjust our chart in terms of timing, but we do tell people your case is not ready to file a lawsuit. We encourage you not to file a lawsuit. Actually, I know it's weird for us to turn away cases, but I would just hate for you to pay a filing fee. Now, there are some people like really adamant that will do it. We like to push the needle a little bit, okay? It's for the government to judges to realize, look, there's a lot of people stuck in this situation, so do help us do something. Uh, but I do think that so because we have a couple motion to dismiss. By the way, anyone can ask a question. You don't have to tell me you have got a question. Just ask it, because then if everyone tells me that, then I got to respond to everyone that way. So just go ahead and ask the question, um, and I'll try to get to you. Adone on YouTube, you made an error on your 589 application for asylum or withholding removal, and you have biometric coming up soon. What are you supposed to do? Well, what kind of error is it? Is it like your date of birth? You could ask. The thing about the biometrics appointment, it's just a subcontractor office. So if it's a name thing, a misspelling, then yeah, definitely have it correct on the biometrics page when they mail it to you. But if it's something else, you just have to update the application. If you got a case in court, I mean, in this situation, you definitely need to speak to a lawyer 101. But I don't know what you need to change. So either way, you can still update your application in affidavit, letter, evidence before trial if you have trial, or with USCIS before your interview. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Cali Fitness, what's up? Lately, I heard you can win asylum without an interview. I have not heard that at all, and I highly doubt that. I don't know where you heard that, but let us know. Where did you hear that information? That would be great, but also a bit concerning, to be honest. If if conservatives knew that, ooh, they'd throw a fit. All right, let's switch over here. Maria asked, "Do you lose eligibility if you get deported, then return again illegally?" Ooh, Maria, that is called a permanent bar. Okay, so if you actually wanted to get status, the law as of now, if you have a sponsor, okay, I wouldn't advise doing this to leave the United States if you don't even have a sponsor. But even if you were to leave the United States now, you actually have to wait 10 years after a permanent bar. For other people, if they've been overstayed their visa or entered illegally without documentation, it's been over 365 days, but have not left, then it's definitely still possible. Or if someone got deported but actually stayed outside US, they can apply for the waiver. Even though the default rule is 10 years, they can apply for a waiver to shorten that time of the 10 years to maybe like 2 years. But but you already have the permit bar, so it's a different scenario for you, Maria. Sorry to say, but I gotta tell you. All right, all right. Let me see. I'm trying to go strong. My team told me I got to rest, but I know you got some questions. Got to answer for y'all. Let's see. Thank you so much for your questions. Appreciate the likes. Go ahead and follow the channel. If you're gonna like us, go ahead and follow channel or subscribe wherever you need to go. Appreciate it. Okay, all right. This is interesting. Can wife petition stepdad that's out of status? Can your wife petition your stepdad? Someone just asked me that the other day. Another lawyer, actually. It really depends on timing. I'll have to look. Sometimes I think we have like a family tree. Sometimes we got to build it out so we can make sure and look at the timing there. But you're talking about your own wife for your, so not father-in-law. So I guess her stepdad. Okay. So yes, she can if the her parental relationship with her stepdad, that her mom, or I don't want to do gender. I shouldn't do gender roles, but her if her biological parent got married to her stepdad before she was 18. Okay, before she was 18. Okay, I'm talking to J Trillionaire. So if you're on, hopefully that relationship began. The marriage certificate shows a date before her 18th birthday. Then yes, she can petition for him. But if he entered America without a visa, he needs to qualify for a waiver 601A, which we can discuss more. All right, let's switch over. Thank you so much for your questions. It means a lot. Just to be honest, I'm not going to be able to answer all of them because I'm under the weather and there's a lot of questions. Let's see. Candy on Instagram. How long does it take to approve parents if you file for them? Let's see. If they're in the US, about a year, 12 months. Okay. If it's abroad, it's gonna take more than 12 months. That's for sure for any family relationship. Also on Instagram, how much do you usually charge for applying citizenship? Thank you so much. We're transparent about fees, but not on social media because certain certain apps put a ban. So, I'm a personal creator profile on TikTok, for example. So you really need to call in to our office, and they should be more than happy to share with you. But keep share with you is that we offer three different plans, typically service levels, because some people want a lawyer at the interview, some people don't, some people are not sure. So if you're not sure, we just we recommend the pro plan in the middle to keep it easy for you. But sorry, I can't go over the fees over social network because I don't want to get banned. All right, let's see here. Daphne, sorry I couldn't get to your question before the other day. Your lawyer filed I-130 in 2018. Okay, F2A. You became a citizen. When you become a citizen and you file, who did you file for? Your spouse? Okay, so or child. It's an automatic conversion. Okay, so that changes to IR. So can it be upgraded? Now it's technically auto upgrade, but the thing is, Daphne, the agencies do not talk to each other. They don't communicate. Okay. So that's why it's important to have a lawyer to help you in this situation. Maybe you don't need one, but it sounds like you might need one. Okay. Give us a call, schedule appointment. Happy to chat. Okay. But it does require a lot of encouraging for our team. Sometimes not so much encouraging, but just clearly just updating them. But I say encourage it because sometimes the consulate doesn't respond after like a couple weeks. So we put our in our system to look back at it at least every month, which by the way, it worked for our last client yesterday for a different scenario. Okay. Just a little reminder to the consulates. All right, all right. Let's see here. Snow White on TikTok. K1 visa. Can fiance interview at U.S. embassy if they are legal in that third country? Uh oh, if they're legal in that country, that I don't know to be honest, Snow White. But yeah, that might be a tough one. Sorry, folks. I gotta sneeze out here. Shoot, I got a team meeting after this, and then I probably just gotta take a nap. Excuse me. Um, yeah, I'm not sure of that question, because I don't know if they look at that. The visa officers, Black Tiger. Okay, y'all got some interesting names. I should look at some of your profiles, what y'all sharing on content. How long does affirmative asylum takes nowadays to get asylum interview? A hell of a long time. Hell of a long time. We have clients that contact us. They waited 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, five, six, seven. We have a rule internally to only file a mandamus lawsuit if people have been waiting 4 years minimum. And I hate to say that, but I mean, we could try at 3 years, for example, but you might lose. You might. I hate to say, it, you might waste your filing fee. And we're happy to sue again at the 4 year mark. But our general bread and butter is waiting in terms of waiting time is waiting 4 years to file a lawsuit. So Black Tiger, it I don't know at what point you filed your case, but it's hard to say. You could be waiting 6 years. Who knows? It's ridiculous. But at 4 years, give us a call. All right, Edgar on TikTok with the watermelon. I guess that's your favorite fruit. It is pretty good in the summertime. Does a 10-year ban apply if you move out of the country while on DACA? Okay, so you make it there's a lot of things in there in that question. When you say move out, like for a long time is what you mean? You need to have advanced parole. You need to apply for advanced parole, 131 application. The problem with that is that advanced parole is only valid for a certain amount of time. So when you say move out, that sounds like a permanent thing. Okay. So you definitely need to talk with the lawyer 101. I don't think advanced parole is going to cure the entire time you're going to be out of the United States. So I don't recommend it, but maybe you have a job that's pays you pretty good for that. I mean, I don't know your reason. Good luck to you. What's up, Badru? Good to see you. Badru is a former client. He shared. He can't thank me enough. It's really my team, though. He says, well, "Can't thank me enough, John, for what I did for him. Thanks for forcing USCIS to schedule a silent interview. You're now a free person." Absolutely, I'm so glad. And unfortunately, a lot of people have to wait, right? Wait, Badru, but you don't have to wait that long. Okay, even if you're not sure, like, oh, when would T longer? When would a lawyer file a lawsuit for mandamus to get your case moving to the next step? We're open. Give us a call. You're not going to call us and they would say, sue, 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 hire, hire, hire. We'll tell you a lot of people, we actually say, hold on, hold your horses. This is the timing. And unfortunately, your case situation, your scenario is not timing yet. And I can recall, like, actually, Badru referred a client that I can remember. I remember talking to his friend. And I think his friend was at 3 years. He said, sorry, can't help you yet. Okay. Hey, Bella on TikTok. Thanks so much for your tip. I should screenshot this if I can. All right. Thank you so much. Bella on TikTok shared that I should Make something up, boil it, so you can help me out. Really appreciate it. Okay, Antonio on YouTube asks, if your DQ is the same date as someone who's been waiting much longer than you, does that play a part in interview date? Now, to answer your question, Antonio, no, if I think when I think about this, a lot of people are waiting a long time even after DQ'd. And Antonio, I can't remember exactly which country. Is it you or your spouse? But I think I remember it's Jamaica, possibly. If there's a virtual slap, you could do it. But I do try to remember. Um, I've been telling people it's generally minimum 6 months after DQ date. But to answer your question directly, uh, U.S. attorneys like to say no one can skip the line. All right. And for many people, it's not really skipping the line. It's actually because, like, look, guys, you've been waiting a year plus. I don't think I'm skipping a line. Like, if you're saying I'm not skipping a line, then that you're telling me, U.S. attorney, U.S. government, that everyone else is still also waiting that long. That's nuts, right? Super nuts. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I think being sick helps me slow down so y'all can hear my full response. How's my mic, by the way? Is it better than before? Okay, let me hop over to Instagram. Share Instagram folks some love. Greatness, baby. After green card fee waiver is approved, when will this Advanced Pro and C9 work ID? Okay, so I know you didn't type out the full question there. Uh, I guess you filed a fee waiver for your 485 application. When will this? When will they send Advanced Pro? Okay, the actual card. Okay, so generally it's generally it's 3 to 5 months after your receipt notice. Okay, we don't have exact science like how many months after the receipt date, or we have a better idea of that versus like how many months after biometrics, but it definitely has to be after biometrics. Now, look, you might get your green card resident status approved to 45 approved before your work permit, EAD, or advanced parole. I know it's weird. It's totally weird, but it might happen. Always on TikTok. Asylum cases can apply for work sponsorship. Do you mean a work permit? You can for work permit, but I don't know what you mean by work sponsorship. I think what you mean another way is can you get resident status through a company when you have a pending asylum case? You see how long that question can be, and I have to decipher y'all's questions because I know on the phone it's like it doesn't help you type the full question. So yeah, it's possible, but most likely you have to cancel the process. All right, so hopefully that answers your question. All right, folks, I got to commit to two more questions. Thanks so much for your love and trust to drop in the comment section here. Hopefully, I'll be back tomorrow. I have a court hearing Thursday, so I won't be live Thursday at a normal time. Maybe later in the day. Yeah, Tony. Okay, good. At least the mic's good. Thanks. Thanks, Gabriel. Oh, 7 months. Okay. Yeah, I got a crazy memory. Rocks, I don't have the percentage on that in terms of how many people call for a green card interview, but the majority is no interview. But again, folks, in general, whether it's employment based or family based, even if you're called for an interview, you get the interview notice, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Okay. Now, I do recommend you hire a lawyer for that because, look, especially for an employment based case, you have gone, you have waited a hell of a long time. at least probably 2 years. Um, and if something, one little thing is flubbed by how you answer it, and the officer's like, hmm, what the hell are you talking about? Tell me more. They might send an RFP or they might just deny you. And you never know. You might be like, I thought the interview was great. What the hell just happened? But what the hell just happened could have been like, you could have waited 6 months for that decision. So how much time you wasted? So yes, I'm an attorney. I'm licensed in Texas, but in general, even if you didn't hire a lawyer for like many steps before, you might want to consider one for the interview because you paid the fees already. You waited a long time. I would think probably you have a family member that you want to sponsor after you get your status. So it that decision can affect the family chain. Or I'm sorry, that's what conservatives call it. This can affect the family tree from coming to America to get status. So really think about that, okay, folks? And I know there's plenty of people that go to interview without a lawyer. That's part of our one of our plans, service levels, the pro plan. But with our pro plan, we still prep you for it. We give you guidance for the interview. So it's less likely for a random if you pick a random lawyer to help you and prep for the interview, if uh, especially if you just call like the week before. And they definitely don't allow that if don't offer that as a service if you don't want them at the interview. But if there's a couple ways to consider us in this sense. If you hire us, authorize us to help you with the beginning of the case or maybe at the RFE stage, but maybe you pick the pro plan, but you're still not sure like you want a lawyer at the interview, that's okay. But because we know your case already, that saves a lot of time. Because I've noticed people call in like 1 week before. I was like, ooh, we did that recently for a new client because he was referred by a reputable law firm. So we trusted the file, right? So that's what lawyers are concerned about, especially so give you a little behind the scenes if you're wondering like, oh, that's strange. How come that law firm didn't offer me services? Well, there's a reason. So, anyways, okay. I went on a little tangent there. So let me answer one more question if I can. Okay, some of y'all's questions I already answered, so sorry for the others I already been following for a while. Let me answer another question. Uh, okay, Morningstar. Sorry to hear about your spouse. Ooh, you're still waiting for approval. Are you the I guess you're the beneficiary. Huh? Yikes. Okay. Um, let's talk about that. There'll be a couple options. Um, they asked for more proof. Those bastards. Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay. I'm so sorry about your husband. Give us a call. Schedule. Fill out the form on our website. USA's bastards. Let's see. Okay. All right. Fine. One more question. You have a asylum pending. You came in the U.S. 2021, working as information security engineer. Your company is willing to sponsor you. Is it possible? It is possible, but most likely you need a consular process um, as default. Okay, I know a lot of y'all don't want to. Y'all want to get status in America and don't leave. I get it. You'll have to consular process in a TCN, third country national. Okay, but just the case law is not there yet. Okay. Case law does not support allowing someone to adjust status if you're here in a pending asylum, but there's a lot more to it. Timing, things like that about unlawful presence, ULP. But anyways, thanks for joining, folks. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I wish I could go longer, but anyway, thank you so much. Again, if you're new to the channel, my name is John Ting. I practice immigration law here in the United States, specifically in Houston, Texas. We still accept clients, assist people wherever they live in the world. We could jump on a video call. We're all about technology. That's how we get cases done, filed quicker than a lot of other law firms. Or if you want to learn more about us, fill out a form, go to our website, greencardguys.com. Until next time, which I guess tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully, I'm better tomorrow. I'll see you then, okay? Please, if you have a question I didn't answer, please ask again tomorrow or fill out the form. Take care. Bye bye.